Welcome everyone. Thank you for being with us today. With great pride and pleasure, we wanted to collect some important testimonials among our distributors and some of the most renowned ophthalmologists in the world. At the same time, it is the opportunity to present some top news of our iLight line project. This is our virtual showroom that will be at your disposal to present every single instrument of our portfolio. We put extra care for a strong visual impact, but also to make all info readily available, papers and technical details easily at reach. Furthermore, it will be possible to visit our showroom also in a 3D mode, making your visit even more impacting. Over the last few months, there have been a number of new clinical papers published in several countries in the world: Italy, Portugal, Spain, Switzerland, United States, and more. This has been the year of cooperation in pharmacies with two high-name partners, Alcon and Bausch & Lomb. For the first time, tens of thousands of MGD screenings have been performed in pharmacies with a great success. This was also the year that has seen the growth of our instruments proposal: 2 diagnostic devices and even 3 therapeutic devices. Likewise, new ophthalmic treatment opportunities that only our LLLT technology allowed to perform: chalasia, Sjogren's syndrome, and many more. This is the year of the new developments of MiCheck that increased its performance in number of possible exams, as well as the sharing data export capabilities, making MiCheck compatible with any brand of EMR, electronic medical records, and PMS, practice management software. Over 2021, thanks to the valuable cooperation with Professor James Wolfson, there will be further implementations of the MiCheck systems to offer important tests like blinking rate, bulbar eye redness, and mainly interferometry. And now I introduce you to Jocelyn. She will tell us how, in 1 year only, her company sold and installed over 500 systems belonging to the iLight family.
My name is Jocelyn Hamilton, and I am the Vice President of Sales for Marco Ophthalmic here in the USA. We have been distributing the iLight LLLT mask in the USA for over a year now and are having tremendous success with this unique technology. Customers and their patients are having excellent results. Every day, we are receiving testimonials and stories of patients that have been suffering with dry eye, and after just a 15-minute iLight LLLT treatment, many feel immediate relief, and that relief can last for months. We have been seeing cases of patients with chalasians that have tried several different types of treatments without results. And again, after the iLight treatment, the chalasian disappears or begins shrinking within days. Our customers are investing into this technology because of its demonstrated efficacy. It's safe for all ages and all skin types. It's very efficient for a practice to incorporate, as it is a technician-driven therapy. It's complementary to other MGD existing treatments, and the risks are very low and mild. We believe this is a game changer for not just patients, but for eye doctors, as it allows them to bring the best quality of care while at the same time increasing their practice profitability and patient base through referrals. The technology has become an integral component of our product portfolio.
And now we go through the testimonial of our friend Raul, in charge of the Spanish branch of Topcon. He will tell us about his important experience with our products in Spain.
Hello, my name is Raul Vallés. I'm the manager of Topcon in Spain, and I would like to talk a little bit about iLight. We are very proud because there are over 40 centers working with this platform, and at the beginning was introduced as a dry eye treatment and meibomian gland disorders, dysfunctions, but in the last year it was accelerated a lot because most of the most of the main doctors think that after some premium surgeries, cataract surgeries, and refractive surgery in the eye, they should have something to improve the performance of the patient. And this platform allows them to do this. I like it's also a new tool to make wide horizons to the eye doctors, because they can treat not only this kind of dysfunction, so basically they can treat also blepharitis, chalazion, Sjogren. So there are many other applications that altogether allows bring to the doctors very complete packages. Topcon, maybe you know that Topcon for many years we are very famous producing OCTs and fundus cameras and Pascal lasers and some other activities, and that's why we like to complete our portfolio with the best products that we can. And honestly, I like, together with LLLT, is one of the references of many very famous centers in Spain. And we have many good followers, we have clinical publications, we have a lot of works done in the country. And one of the most important comments that we are getting from the beginning is that the customer satisfaction and improvements after the first session is something very common. So this is something very important for us, very relaxing, because we don't have any kind of problem with this technology. It's very safety, and that's it's very strategic for us as a company to bring to this kind of solution to our customers.
And now let's join our friends in the Indian continent that believed deeply in our project and obtained remarkable results beyond every expectations. Let's listen to a great professionist, our dear friend Shanaz.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are Team Toshpro from India. We started marketing the iLight dry eye solutions 3 years back. At that time, we recognized that dry eye diagnosis and treatment is the next big thing in ophthalmology. We had to work very hard to change the mindsets from just prescribing teardrops to checking the level of MGD and counseling the patients to take treatment. We started with a marketing plan and strategy to have 20 centers who were KOLs across the country. We installed the systems there, and then we propagated the idea of establishing dry eye centers. The idea is to show the doctors that this concept, establishing a dry eye clinic within their facility, is a paying concern. So we had a model wherein we showed the return on investments. We also showed them that how a hub and spoke model works, that they can have a lot of opticians in and around their clinics, invest in the Me Check, and then forward the patients to the hub where the iLight would be there as a treatment modality. We conducted webinars, and that is what helped us create a lot of awareness amongst the doctors. Expansion iLight is a unique product and people recognize that. Today the situation is that we are the market leaders in this field. We have more than 80 installations in the country, and iLight has become a generic word for dry eye treatment. We have realized that iLight is a big thing in the market. The customers are happy, patients are very happy, and I believe that this modality, the dry eye business, is going to in fact be the next big thing in ophthalmology, and we look forward to riding that wave. Thank you.
And now we go through a selection of testimonials by opinion leaders, well known throughout the world, that will share their great professional satisfaction in the daily use of our instruments. We shall start from a TV service broadcasted by one of the first US TV networks, Fox News, interviewing Dr. Alan Panzer.
Dry eyes can be a painful and frustrating condition to live with, but light, of all things, is bringing relief to patients in just a few minutes. Dr. Alan Panzer with Houston Dry Eye Clinic has been treating dry eyes for decades and is thrilled to say he's never been able to relieve symptoms more quickly than now with this technology.
It's called low-level light therapy. It's used in many areas. Low-level light therapy has been used by many people for many things for many years.
Why? How does it work?
It increases cellular metabolism in a very complex way. It goes to the powerhouse of the cells and helps to energize them. It works on inflammation, decreases inflammation, and promotes healing.
Dr. Panzer says it reverses dry eye fast, and Melody agrees and is surprised that within just 15 minutes, her eyes felt better.
In this case, as you saw with these other people, they feel better the same day, and that is what truly astonishes me about this.
She's also thrilled it will save her a lot of money.
My drops were costing me $700 a month with insurance. So I'm hoping that that will reduce costs significantly and I won't have to buy all these over-the-counter drops as well.
Sheila Pose thought her eyesight was worsening, but Dr. Panzer attributes it to dry eyes. She says the low light therapy instantly helped her.
It was a big difference. It was a big difference. What's most interesting for me is that I can watch the TV in the evenings without my glasses.
Sheila says she never imagined a painless procedure could help so much.
Every day, patients come in and say, "Doctor, I just need new glasses." And I check their prescription. I say, "It's the same." They go, "It's not the same. It's got to be changed." And I say, "What happens when you blink?" They say, "Well, it clears up." Then it's your tear layer.
So by treating that tear layer, he says patients can often see better.
Hello, my name is Roberto Bellucci and I work in Verona, Italy. And this is the eye mask, a device designed for dry eye symptoms and for the relief of dry eye symptoms. It also helps in relieving inflammation in case of blepharitis and of calathea. I found it very useful also in the preparation of the patients undergoing cataract surgery and refractive surgery. We know that the drugs we use in the intraoperative and in the post-operative of cataract surgery, they induce dry eye or they favor dry eye. And especially so, the disinfectants we use, and especially povidone iodine, we use in every case. With the eye mask, it's easy for the patient to go back to the pre-operative state and to go on using the drugs we prescribe with a huge decrease of dry eye symptoms. This is the reason why I recommend its use in these cases and virtually in all cases with dry eye.
We're going to talk about some ocular surface disease. I think that we're finding that it's more and more less ignored I think it's important with cataract surgery. I think it's important with refractive surgery. I think it's important in general practice. So I think that, we're now finding that this is a big opportunity. I really want to talk about these treatments because I think it's important that you see how easy it is. The beauty of this one is there's no gel all over this lady's face. So we can literally treat this person in a simple amount of time, and I think that's important in a busy clinic. So on average, they'll sit under the LLT for about 15 minutes. They do that, and they're out the door in 20 minutes. We charge for an eyelight treatment $350 US. The LLT is real simple. Basically, what this is doing is increasing the ATP production inside the glands themselves. So we had to call it the EPIC in the United States. And we looked at this series that we published. I call it an enhancement rate. I think it resonates well with the patient that in this series, and we've done thousands of eyes now with this device over the last 2 years. But really, 84% of this patient population, this study, and the most recent one was 86, so not a lot different, will get one treatment 1 year, and they'll be fine. It really does work. And so we took 4 other centers and 4 other individuals and said, okay, let's see what happens in those. So we looked at 460 eyes and 230 patients, and really these patients did exceptionally well with one treatment. There's a lot of times that I am just using the low-level light therapy alone, and the one that I really love it for is prior to refractive surgery or post-refractive surgery. Now, this is a study that we just finished. I mean, this is just hot off the press. These were all the people that had failed everything else, okay? And we thought, okay, what if we intensely treated these patients with LLLT? Even doing this, the patients found relief. I want to add one last thing, and the last remaining time I have is, what about other treatment options? We just published this series of refractive chalasia. This works like a champ. So this is a little girl. I've treated a lot of pediatric patients with severe meibomian gland disease and these multiple styes, as you see above. And this is below after one treatment. And we now know how to treat these patients. We'll treat them aggressively, kind of like the study, and that's where we kind of learn from. We'll do them on a Monday, a Wednesday, and Friday. And basically, they evaporate. So for me, perfect vision is a combination of eyelight. I think that eyelight helps me in multiple ways and helps me make patients see better post-operatively. It helps me get better biometry pre-operatively. I think it makes us better surgeons because we're getting better outcomes post-operatively, whether that's LASIK or refractive surgery. So we're using this more and more now in our patient population prior to surgery, and of course after surgery as well.
I'm Sarah Farrant. I'm an optometrist and a dry eye specialist, and I own an independent practice in the southwest of the country. I am also the Tear Film and Ocular Surface Society UK ambassador and have had an interest in dry eye management and dry eye disease for many, many years. When it comes to technology, I really embrace and enjoy using the latest devices and gadgets in my clinics. And I really felt that I needed to improve what I had on offer in terms of my treatment options for the patient. So I decided to invest in an iLight IPL device. I introduced the eLight system into the clinic about 18 months ago, and I tended to recommend early on more moderate cases of meibomian gland disease where I was seeing significant dropout on their meibography. But actually nowadays I also offer it really to the milder cases and also the younger patients. The typical algorithm that I follow consists of 4 sessions with the iLight IPL system, and those sessions are spread apart by a month each time. In terms of investing in new technology, it's always a big step. And I always tend to look at the science, read the clinical evidence and the literature to understand how a new piece of technology might fit into the clinics that I run here. And certainly my experience with the eLight IPL has been very, very positive. I've been very impressed at the results, at the quality and improvement in the meibum viscosity, as well as the inflammation levels seen. And most of all, most importantly in some ways, the patients. Of my treatment study, I did a small study of about 75 patients that I've treated with IPL so far, and 85% of that cohort noticed a symptom improvement. So that was a really positive outcome and very encouraging result to see.
Morning, Penny. It's been about 8 months since you've done the IPL now, and we were just wondering how you've been feeling.
Well, to be honest, it's been absolutely amazing. This winter has been a revelation, actually, because I've not had watery eyes apart from when it's appropriate to have watery eyes. I honestly feel that my eyes are behaving like proper eyes after many, many years of being seriously worried about my eyesight.
Hello, I'm Dr. Paul Karpecki. Today I'm going to take you through a technology I'm extremely excited about known as the MeCheck. It's a wonderful meibography system that's very simple, but also a great patient education tool. So let's select the patient and we're going to do meibography. This is called the meiboscale, as we talked about. And you can see the red outline lines up beautifully with the lower eyelid in terms of where your meibomian glands would be. The lights in the pupil are typically what the patient is also seeing. That's a targeting mechanism for them to look at it to be centered. Now we see the meibomian glands in focus. We see that they're within that red outline. We can press save and proceed. You could get a great view here of the meibomian glands. You could differentiate them quite readily. You can see they're completely intact. And we can go through the various scales. In this case, it's less than 25% gland loss, so that's a degree of only 1. Let's save that. And this gives us the opportunity to now do the OSDI 6. And one of the great things here, we'll put in, of course, the patient's information and go through that. But one of the things I really like is, at this point, I could use that information for a number of things. One, it gives me a grading of the patient's symptoms and signs. Number 2, I could send that into my EHR, so we lock it in. And the third thing that's extremely exciting is that I can actually take this device. I'm able to bring up the images and use it as a teaching tool in instructing my patient. All right, now I want to take you through another feature in this technology of MeCheck, which is the ability to image up to 1,000 times. You can see at the base of the lashes some mild areas that may show some mild blepharitis, typical collarette kind of appearance. Really, that's it. This simple. You line it up just like a camera. If you come around here, you can see how the features of this are. It's just simply placed directly straight ahead. You have the patient look slightly down, and it's just designed perfectly in terms of the amount of light that's present. Then we save and proceed. So excellent technology, both for meibography as well as for external eyelid imaging. So you're able to completely capture blepharitis, whether it's MGD or external eyelash blepharitis.
Welcome to a rousing evening of education, treatment of inflammatory eyelid disease with photobiomodulation therapy, a new technology, a new treatment, a new way of taking care of our patients. This is energy-based treatment. That's a big deal. I mean, we're optometrists and we're providing energy-based treatment. Man, that's almost like doing laser surgery. So now meibomian gland dysfunctions, that's going to be the number one group of people that you're trying to help with this technology. A 56-year-old guy, he comes in for his initial therapy session. He gets 15 minutes with the red mask. Boom, he's done. Comes back a week later, 15 minutes with the red mask. Boom, he's done. Third week, fourth week. So this is a way to treat it. But I might look at this guy, I'm going to take care of his meibomian gland dysfunction a different way. And so what I'm going to do is with this guy is I'm going to have an initial therapy session where I do 15 minutes with the red mask like you see there. And then as soon as I finish, I'm going to do my meibomian gland expression. This protocol here, I got from Dr. Carl Stonecipher's articles. He's done a bunch of work on this technology, and he uses this protocol for his extreme, hardcore, tried everything else and nothing's working patients. And he says this thing works every single time. What you're doing is with the mask, when you put the mask on for 15 minutes, you actually get a thermal effect. You will get superior results, and I mean superior. And I got to tell everybody listening, okay, there's less than 100 doctors in the country doing this stuff now. This should be standard of care, y'all. This stuff works. So our second clinical condition that responds exceptionally well to photobiomodulation therapy is chalazion, because this thing is like magic. Okay, here's the patient that made me a believer. So we did 4 sessions, 5 days apart over like 3 weeks. You can see that it's much smaller. We have done no additional treatment. This is 1 month later, y'all. Look at this little girl's eyelid 1 month later. Okay, it's like magic. It's gone. That thing's gone. So my best practices for treating chalazion, 39% of the people got better after 1 treatment. And we've already explained why. 91% of the people got better after 2 treatments. All cases got better in 2 months. 100%. I mean, come on. This is the way you treat chalazion in 2021. Staphylococcal blepharitis. Let's look at the last condition we discussed. This is a 5-year-old kid with an acute presentation of staphylococcal blepharitis. It took 4 sessions because it was pretty nasty when I saw him. This kid was so active, it was just a challenge to get to 15 minutes, so we just did the red. And he actually got better with just the red. Here's an example, staphylococcal blepharitis being treated with red light therapy as monotherapy. So y'all, in conclusion, what I have seen, I promise you, I've seen it. I am not making this up. I am trying to help my colleagues because in my experience, this technology has helped my patients tremendously. This stuff is cool, y'all. It really works, and it's really slick, and I can't recommend it higher. The return on investment is incredible. You would almost have to not turn the thing on to lose money with it. The patient benefit is simply, it's almost indescribable. It's like magic.
As you can see, testimonials are many and all very positive from different parts of the world. Large, well-reputable distributors and doctors alike obtained highly rewarding results, professional and financial ones, using our products. But this is just the beginning. Light modulation, LLLT, is the future, and we want to point out that we have been the only ones to be approved and certified for photobiomodulation treatments in ophthalmology. Only our light modulation allows to use in an optimal way the LLLT technology, and this is thanks to a technical and clinical experience of more than 15 years. For the first time, thanks to the screening system MeCheck and the light modulation treatment, we can reply to ophthalmic surgeons' needs to solve problems originated by eye surface bad quality, pre- and post-refractive and cataract surgery, a huge market to conquer together. We invite you to visit and use our virtual showroom. Thank you for being with us.